Well, hey everybody, I hope you are doing well today. I have several different days of trading recaps to share with you in this one video. It's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. Several wins and several losses. Let's get right into it.
I'm starting with just $40. The goal? Turn it into $1 million through futures trading. Real trades, real money, real life.
All right, so first trade here, I believe this is from the 27th, last Wednesday, May 27th. And you can see I already entered into a trade right here. I'm trading off of an inverted fair value gap. So I saw the fair value gap in that last bottom red candle right there. And then price came back up and closed above that fair value gap. We'll see here in just a moment. Let me speed this way up so that you can so you don't have to sit here forever. But you see that fair value gap right there in the middle. Price dipped down on me, came back up. I thought we were going to be okay, but then decided to go right back down again. And it will not come back up after this one right here. It just continues to go down and is going to hit my stop loss. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. This fair value gap strategy works well most of the time, but like any strategy, it always has some losses. And so that was one loss for today. All right, this is the next day, May 28th. Checking the news here, I'm seeing President Trump is talking at a cabinet meeting. And anytime Trump is speaking, you got to pay attention. He can literally say one thing, the price goes through the roof, or something opposite, and it dumps like crazy. So you always got to pay attention to that stuff, especially right now with everything going on in the Middle East. So we got a second break of the 15-minute orb here. There's higher volume, and now I want to wait for the next 5-minute candle to close. I'm wanting to see a retest up to the low of that 15-minute range. And once we have that, then I will set a short to trigger at the low of that candle for when that is broken. Next candle begins to form, it dumps down and triggers my short. And you'll see here the price immediately begins to retrace. And my short is automatically exited because of my daily drawdown limit. So here's what's going on. This account that I have is a 50K Apex end of day drawdown account. And unlike their trailing drawdown that trails throughout the day, the end of day drawdown has a $1,000 daily limit, loss limit. And so if you hit 1,000, it automatically closes you out, which is actually, I mean, it's kind of nice, honestly, because you live to fight another day. But that is why it automatically exited on me. So that's lovely. So I'm down $1,000 on the day. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so here's May 29th. This is actually my second trade of the morning. I made about $300 a little while ago, and I totally forgot to hit record, so I apologize for that. This trade is another inverted fair value gap trade. Price has come down, created a couple of fair value gaps on the way down, but then price reverses and breaks back up above the gap. That fair value gap. That's my entry to go long. Now, this trade was super risky, at least my entry was, because I didn't wait for the candle to close. And I always need to wait for the candle to close. I broke my rule right here. And then my nerves kick in because price decides to bounce up and down for a little while between that fair value gap range and above it, that 15-minute orb low range. But then the next candle closes above the gap, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Price finally breaks back into the orb range, and I reel in about another $300. So even with losing about $1,000 yesterday, I'm still able to get my distance to drawdown number back up. That's really the main number I'm looking at. It's not my overall profit. That's nice to look at, I admit, but the main number I want to watch is that drawdown number, because I want to keep that drawdown number up as high as possible. When it gets lower, the lower and lower it gets, the more my nerves take off, right? And so you want to keep that number as high as possible. Okay, that is all for now. That was a lot in this one video. Till next time, you take care and be blessed.